Hey guys, Crafty Type 1 here. Welcome back to another video. Man, it feels really good to say that once again. It has been a whole year since I saw you guys. If all goes according to plan, this should be my first video back from hiatus. If you would like to know what happened and what is the future, go ahead and stick around to the end of the video and I'll explain a little bit on what's going on. But before that, I have E3 2021 predictions to get through. E3 2021 was announced to be online a little while back. Not only is it online, it's also free, and it doesn't have Sony. I think this is around the third year Sony decided not to show up for E3, and this one's a little bit more experimental, so I could see why they didn't want to come back on this one. The public days are June 12th through June 15th, but what's interesting about this E3 is media days are separate. So media days start almost a whole week before the actual event on June 7th. I assume this means any person that gets access to all this information early has to sign an NDA or non-disclosure agreement, so they can't release that information till a specified date. I honestly think this is super cool because on June 12th, we should be getting a flood of information by our favorite news sites like GameXplain, IGN, GameSpot. And it'd just kind of be cool on June 12th to be ready and just be like, boom, a massive flood of information. But this is really interesting with Nintendo because they don't like to give information out early, especially with the risks of leaks and how likely they are now. So when will this Nintendo Direct be? This not only is my Nintendo Direct prediction, but more of just a Nintendo E3 prediction as a whole and what they're gonna do. Personally, I think they're just gonna hold the Nintendo Direct on the start of the media days, being Monday, June 7th. It just kind of seems most likely to keep the media in the loop so they can create content. So on the 12th, they could be with everyone else and possibly be ahead of the game as well. But it also could be on June 12th and the media doesn't get any access, early access, but they also could. Nintendo's just so weird lately. We can't predict really much. I'm almost 100% sure a Nintendo Treehouse is gonna happen on the 3 public days. Usually they're around 6 to 8 hours. I believe last time the shortest one was 4 hours. I think this would be really cool because instead of on that stage, which they have limited room, they can have a massive studio and maybe go to different rooms and stuff and do different things. I doubt it's going to be that big, but it's still an interesting concept to see what they could do with its own room. Another thing that's very interesting, since this is all digital, how are we going to be able to play the games? Is it just going to be like a trailer reel, one Nintendo Direct, some information on the Treehouse and that's it? Or will we get to be hands-on with some of the games that they showcase? I believe one way Nintendo specifically can do this is by releasing demos. They could do a regular demo or a limited time demo. I personally think limited time demos would be super cool and kind of possible. I could see them doing like 1 or 2 ways of doing limited time demos. I don't know if you guys remember, but back on the 3DS, if you downloaded a demo, you only had 30 plays of the game, meaning you only can boot it up 30 times. I personally don't see Nintendo doing this just because of the technology and how we've improved, because as you can see with preloaded games and a lot of like just restricted games in general, you have to ping the internet and then the internet gives you a key to open that game. So Nintendo can easily do that with time zones and stuff. And so it checks your time, and if it's past a certain time limit, it shuts you off the game. The only reason I see Nintendo not doing this is because of the Switch modding community. It's gotten so big lately where I'm pretty sure they could just make these demos infinite. Regular demos are another huge possibility, but the only problem is they're regular demos and there's not a lot of games that could be put in a demo. The only one I could feasibly think is Mario Golf Super Rush. We could get a Splatoon 3 global test fire, but that is highly unlikely because that was a 2022 release. And then Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 is completely out of the picture. I don't think we would get a demo of Breath of the Wild 2. Don't get me wrong, it would be nice to see, but I don't think Nintendo would be willing to give us that big of a gift. One interesting thing Nintendo could do is make these demos a Nintendo Switch Online perk. It's a possibility they might be able to do that just to increase Nintendo Switch Online sales. Going back to the media days, if limited time demos are a thing, I think the media might have a possibility of getting these demos early, but there's still the risk of leaks, and I don't think Nintendo's willing to take that risk. Either way, we're getting a Nintendo Direct. So let's get into my predictions about what I think is gonna be in that Direct. Right after a word from our sponsor. Not yet, I wish I had a sponsor. Contact me if you're interested. Business email is gonna be in the description. Alright, this is going to be in no particular order, so let's get right into it. The first big prediction I have, fairly obvious, it's their 35th anniversary today, or not today, this year. And that would be just Legend of Zelda in general. I'm pretty sure they could dedicate a portion of the Direct to just Legend of Zelda. They did that with Smash Bros. Nearly half of the Direct in 2018 was dedicated to just Smash Bros. And if they are running out of content to show, I'm pretty sure this is something they could do. The only problem I see with this is they're just saving a lot of Legend of Zelda content for its own specified Direct like they did with Super Mario's 35th anniversary. But I don't think so. Some games I think they'll show is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, obviously. Maybe a actual gameplay trailer and see what we're actually going to be doing. And if Zelda is a playable character. Along with the trailer, I'm pretty sure they'll announce the release date, that being sometime in the holiday season. It might not be an official release date, just holiday of 2021, but either way, there's going to be some sort of time frame where we're going to be getting the game. Along with this, I'm pretty sure we'll get more remakes and remasters announced. We already have Skyward Sword HD, so what's stopping them from Twilight Princess and Wind Waker? And why not throw in Ocarina of Time? I'm pretty sure they'll announce these two games and then be like, but wait, there's more. And you start hearing the title screen music for Ocarina of Time, and then they announce a remaster of the game. Remaster, remake, I don't really know the difference, but either way, I'm pretty sure it's just going to be an upscaled widescreen, higher graphics for the Nintendo Switch. Of course, all these games are going to be sold separately because Nintendo does that, and I will be happy to pay $60 for each of them. Another game I think we're going to be seeing is Splatoon 3. It may seem a little early, but I do believe we have enough time for the developers to show us a little bit more. Maybe more of the story or more of the weapons in general. Nothing too big, maybe a little bit of the gameplay. Just another small trailer because the first one we got was more of a teaser than anything. Of course, every game I list off here could be a segment on the Treehouse, and if I think they're going to be doing 6 to 8 hour long Treehouse segments for 3 days, they're going to need a lot. Alright, one next big prediction I have is Metroid Prime 4. I'm pretty sure we're not going to see any gameplay. I'm just going to say that right now. I'm not going to get anyone's hopes up. But I do think we're going to get a CG trailer. Something to showcase what Retro Studios is trying to convey with this game. Maybe the story and what we'll be doing. The year of release would likely be announced probably in 2022 or maybe even 2023. But I don't think we'll get an exact date. But after the disappointment of the 1 to 2 year wait, I do believe they're going to announce the Metroid Prime Trilogy. With the amount of rumors and people backing up each other, I'm pretty sure this is going to happen. And what's the perfect time to show it after the announcement of Metroid Prime 4? The Metroid Prime Trilogy, unlike these Zelda games that I announced before, are definitely going to be in a bundle. That's what all the rumors say. I see a lot of people buying a trilogy than 3 separate Metroid Prime games. If all these predictions come true, I'm pretty sure we're going to have the best Direct we've ever had. I don't know how they would make this work, but if they somehow squeeze the announcement of a new Nintendo Switch or Nintendo Switch Pro, that would literally make this the best Direct ever. I think it'll be announced and there'd be a brief introduction trailer of the device and how it improves on the old Switch. I don't think this is going to make the Switch obsolete, but I'll get more into that on a different video. So if you guys don't want to miss it, be sure to subscribe. If this does get announced, I'm pretty sure 3 hours or even more can get announced just to the sheer functionality of this device. Again, with the only problem I have with this is it seems like it'd take up a massive time slot in the Direct. Who knows, this Direct could be 2 hours long or it could just be 30 minutes. Some minor things I think they're going to sprinkle in the Direct. I'm just going to list them off kind of rapid fire. One last trailer for Mario Golf Super Rush. It releases the following week, so it's kind of like a no-brainer. DLC for Miitopia. At the time of recording this, it has around 10 days left. And if it does really well, I'm pretty sure Nintendo doesn't mind throwing some paid or free DLC. And along with that, I'm pretty sure they're going to announce a port of Tomodachi Life. Same kind of 3DS style, meaning like just the sheer size, I guess. It's hard to explain, but they kind of have the same feeling going on, Miitopia and Tomodachi Life. Maybe a little bit of a Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl and Legends Arceus. Just very small amount of information just because the Pokemon company likes to do their own directs now. I'm pretty sure they want to save most of the juicy details. I'm pretty sure they want to save most of the juicy details for their own direct, which makes sense. Also, paid DLC for Animal Crossing. I'm pretty sure this would be like not a shock, but also a shock at the same time. Animal Crossing has been doing super well since its announcement and release. And just seeing paid DLC, Nintendo would be stupid not to put paid DLC inside Animal Crossing. I'm just going to throw one thing out there. It could be just like a minigame island, just an island you can travel to. And if you want to play with your friends also have to have the DLC as well. Of course, they'll announce one of the final fighters for the Fighters Pass. I do think they'll do something a little bit different with these last two. I'm pretty sure we'll get the full announcement for one of the characters with a full CG trailer and everything. But at the end of that trailer, I think we'll get a sneak peek of the next character or the last one. We might get like a little sound clip or just what I think would be cool, a callback to the first announcement of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So a silhouette, like a fiery silhouette of that character. But the only problem is that limits down the character by a whole bunch because you can make out a lot of characters just by the silhouette. But I do think it would be cool if they announce one character and tease the other one. These next few predictions are more my wants than anything, stuff that are so far out of the realm of possibilities, I don't think it'll happen. I take that back. For this first one, I think 3D Donkey Kong is a very high possibility just because the rumors coming around. And if they were making a 3D Donkey Kong or any Donkey Kong game in general, E3 would be the place to show it. Lastly, with the announcement of a new Switch or Switch Pro, I'm going to keep calling it the new Switch just because that's Nintendo's naming scheme, especially with the 3DS. I see no other game that would fit this Pro console better than Mario Kart 9. Along with the announcement of a Switch Pro, I do believe they'll have 2 launch titles with it. Launch titles in quotation, basically the whole Switch library is a launch title. But Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 and Mario Kart 9. It has been forever since they released a new Mario Kart game. I know Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is selling super well, but is just about to be topped by Animal Crossing. So why not revitalize the Mario Kart franchise and beat Animal Crossing yet again with Mario Kart 9? As you can see, this video has a lot of big and crazy predictions, but this is only the surface. I wanted to stay in the realm of possibilities for this video. I did throw in a little bit of some crazy ones, but in the most part, this does seem reasonable to an extent. If you guys want to see more of my predictions closer to E3, be sure to hit that like button to let me know. And while you're at it, why not comment your own predictions? And if I do make another video, I'll try and feature some of them. I'm trying to do videos every Wednesday and Saturday, so it'd be greatly appreciated if you guys hit that subscribe button and that little bell icon to stay up to date on all my videos. Alright, and that is all my predictions for now. Sorry for the wait on this video. I'm Crafty Type 1, and I'll see you guys later. I appreciate you guys sticking around to the end of the video, and for a whole year with me not doing anything. But I should be back for good. As I've said before, I'm trying to be more on a schedule, uploading every Saturday and Wednesday. It's going to be a while till you guys see any live streams, but I definitely want to get back into them. But if you guys could hold off a little bit longer for live streams while getting the momentum of a schedule, it'd be greatly appreciated. You guys have already done so much for me, and I appreciate everything. If all goes according to plan, I should be uploading this on Saturday around the time I'm getting my diploma. So I'll be graduating high school, moving into my own house, and I just thought it'd be really cool if I bring you guys along. Some people may think it's crazy trying to do YouTube while moving, but I promise you guys I'm going to try and stay on top of things and bring you guys along the journey. I wanted to shout out one person really quick before I end this video. I had a teacher named Mr. Vic, and he has a son, and he found out that I did YouTube, and his son thought it was so cool that his teacher was teaching a YouTuber. And he honestly pushed me to start doing this channel again because I felt bad I wasn't doing anything. Thank you, Mr. Vic's son. You really did push me to start uploading this channel again. And I hope you make a channel of your own. Anyways, thank you guys again for sticking around. I'm Crafty Type 1, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time.